And that's 50 episodes of Lost and Found in Walt Disney World. Now, there's a lot of stories, a lot of things you can tell, a lot of tales you can get into and things you can talk about when it comes to the Walt Disney World property and the resort and all the things that were going on there. But what I find interesting was, since it was the 50th anniversary, 50 tales seems like the right number to stop at. Sure, I could probably produce another 50, 75 even, of different stories to tell about the Walt Disney World Resort and its history. But I think I'm going to stop at 50 because 50 just seems like the right number given where we are. Now, there's a secondary reason why I want to stop at 50, and that has everything to do with Spaceship Earth that's behind me. You may remember that in one of the episodes I talked about how Spaceship Earth came together as a centerpiece, and it was sort of the community of tomorrow. And I was talking about how Ray Bradbury wrote a story to go along with that. Now, the interesting subtext here is that Ray Bradbury was a well-known science fiction author who had written his most famous work was Fahrenheit 451. It's about a dystopian society where books are being banned and firefighters are being used to destroy books when they're found. And given that story and sort of how that connects to Disney, I think it is the right time to stop and go on to do other things. Now, what I find really interesting is the way that the Disney company has changed, evolved, become different. They're doing different things than they used to. They think differently, they react differently. There's a different social stance on things they do. There's a lot of things that are different with the Walt Disney Company. And the state of Florida has an interesting relationship with Disney that's always been complicated, but now I believe is even more complicated by taking away the Greedy Creek Improvement District. So given all of those things, I don't think the Disney Company is the same anymore. I think a lot of things have changed. And I think it is time to step away from doing this video series. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I love doing these series. And I enjoy talking about these 50 stories, but I don't want to continue to do that. I want to go on and do other things in life. So with that, I'm going to leave you. I'm not going to look back at episodes 41 through 50. I'm only going to talk about the Ray Bradbury piece and let you consider it for yourself. But that is it. That's my whole story, and I wanted to just share that with you. And I hope you've enjoyed this series, and I hope it will remain out here for a long period of time, and you can continue to enjoy it. So that's it. I am out, and it's time for a mic drop.